If you have kept these indoor plants outdoors as an outdoor plant, make sure to shift them to a place where they will not receive too much of rainy water. Today I will be sharing with you a list of plants that cannot be tolerated too much of rainy water. We are receiving a lot of rains. The rainy season is here now. The plants love it, we sure to know, but there are some plants which doesn't like too much of getting rain because sometimes they are sensitive to the water and their roots also get too much of dip in the water and it will lead to root rot and you will damage the plant. So make sure to shift your plants at the right time before the rain and give them a couple of hours of showers to the plant, but make sure to shift them to an area where they will not get a lot of rainy water. Coleus plants. Coleus plants, one of the plants that they have sensitive leaves. So this sensitive plant doesn't like getting much drenched in the rain. So this is one plant that you will have to save from prolonged rain. You can simply cover them or else you can simply shift them if they are in pots to an area where they will get only a little bit of rainy water. ZZ plant is a beautiful indoor plant and also a beautiful house plant which you can keep indoors as an indoor plant. Make sure you shift it to an area where they will not receive too much of rainy water because this plant also doesn't like getting prolonged rain. Devil's backbone plant also having beautiful leaves which are really very sensitive to too much of water. This is another plant that you will have to save from prolonged rain. This is a succulent aloe vera and you can see what has happened to this leaf. Too much of exposure to the rain, and this is what normally happens when directly water falls on their leaves. So you'll have to shift this plant also to an area where they will not get too much of rainy water. Spider plant. Spider plant easily get damaged by too much of watering. So rainy water is good, they are high in nitrogen, but too much of rainy water will damage your plant. So this is another plant that you will have to keep away from too much of getting exposure to the rain. Wandering Jew, another beautiful colorful leafy plant which prefers medium to partial sunlight, and this plant also doesn't like getting too much of drench in the rain. Pothos plants are beautiful house plants, beautiful indoor plants. There are many varieties as well. This plant also you'll have to cover from getting too much of rainy water because these plants also doesn't prefer getting overwatered. Swiss cheese plant. This is a monstera and this plant also doesn't like getting too much of rainy water or else getting overwatered can lead to damage of this plant. Their leaves also get easily damaged by overwatering. Jade plants also belongs to the family of succulents and they also doesn't like getting too much of water, so you have to shift your succulent plants to a corner where they will not get too much of rainy water, because rainy water we know that it's high in nitrogen, good for your plants, but make sure that they are not getting too much of rainy water and getting root rot. So this plant also you'll have to consider keeping in a corner in your garden where they are getting some shelter and not getting too much of water and get easily root rot. Moss rose plants. Moss rose plants also you'll have to shift to a place where they will not get too much of rainy water. Next plant to save from the rainy water is the snake plants. Snake plants also doesn't like getting regular watering, so you have to take care of these plants from prolonged rain. Rainwater is high in nitrogen and are good for our plants, that we all know. But too much of rainwater, what will do to your plants, especially the sensitive plants. So be mindful to take care of these plants during the rainy season. Prolonged rain, receiving overwatering can be damageful for your plants and harmful.